Today we're doing a review of the Oak&Rove Alto Briefcase. In the video, we're gonna talk about the pros and the cons, pack it out, and if it's not the briefcase for you, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video where I have some alternative briefcases literally right down there that I'll recommend to you because they might better suit what you're looking for. But first, let's talk about the gist of the Oak&Rove Alto Briefcase. Based out of Los Angeles, Oak&Rove is known for this Alto Briefcase, which is designed to be the modern business traveler's best friend. Some of the top features being a two-material combination, including leather and nylon, leather handles and an included leather luggage tag, a very well organized clamshell opening front admin compartment, a spacious main compartment with a tech sleeve that can fit up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro, and a trolley sleeve. It currently comes in two color options, black and brown. The liters are not specified on the website. I'd say you're looking at around 10 to 13 liters, somewhere in that range, which seems to be the typical size for a briefcase and or messenger, because you don't want it to be too big. It's like really awkward and heavy to carry. But you want it to be around this size so it can fit enough of your business, travel, and everyday carry essentials. It's about 12 inches tall, 16 inches wide, and a base depth of around 5 inches. Oak&Rove claims this bag weighs 3.3 pounds, and without the shoulder strap, yep, that checks out. Our scale's getting 3.2 pounds. Because of the way it's structured, the Alto Brief looks the same whether it's empty or full. This is empty, and this is what it looks like when it's fully packed out and worn on me. I'm 5'8", and we're gonna pack it out throughout this entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. Oak&Rove offers a lifetime warranty against manufacturing defects, and for all that, the Alto Brief runs around $299 US. And if at any point in this review you're like, oh my God, yes, and you're gonna make a purchase, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. All right, let's kick it off by talking about the outside of the Oak&Rove Alto Briefcase. I always start these sections by talking about the aesthetic, the look, the vibe, because this one's a very clear aesthetic looking vibe. Very business friendly. It's clean, it's modern, it's sophisticated, without having too of a techie vibe. There's still something classy to it. And that classiness is also attributed to the materials that are being used, which we have a mix of leather, which is used on the front panel here, the handles, and the tag. Then we've got a nylon on the other parts of the bag. I think these two materials play wonderfully off of each other. The nylon's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, but without being too like fabulous, you know? Still some subtlety, and that subtlety is emphasized by Oak&Rove's classy but discreet logo in the bottom left-hand corner. One thing to note about this brief too is look how well it self-stands. For instance, we just reviewed a different brief by Filson recently, and it's also quite expensive and luxurious in its own way, but it's not designed to keep upright. And not all briefs are, in fact, few aren't. And that comes with a pro and a con. Obviously, self-standing rocks. But as opposed to a non-self-standing brief, it's a little bit thicker in its profile, which makes it a little bit bulkier when you're wearing it. We're gonna talk about all these pockets in the next section with the inside of the bag. So on the side, we have a pretty clean panel, no water bottle holder. This is where you connect the messenger strap, which I'll show you in just a second. Other side, exactly the same. Now let's talk about the back. A lot of briefcases will use the back to sort of utilize like a document sleeve or some sort of quick access compartment. But both Oak and Rove, I assume they're two dudes. It's like Hall & Oates. They said, we can't do that because we want to make sure this is a very travel-friendly briefcase, so they gave you a luggage pass-through holder. Let's lower the table so we can get the suitcase on here. Table is lowered. Suitcase is ready. Alto bag is added. So as you can see, it perfectly fits the handle. This is the Nomatic Pro suitcase, Nomatic Carry-On Pro. But notice it's a tight fit, so if you use a suitcase that has like one of those wider, more modern handles, this is definitely not gonna fit. But this for me is one of the unique selling points and biggest selling points of the Alto Brief, is just how good of a travel companion it is. It's a very sturdy connection to the suitcase. And then when you get to your flight, this goes over top, or maybe you're forced to check it. But the Alto bag is definitely a personal item size, which means it can always fit underneath the seat in front of you. Now let's talk about comfort, because I like what Oak&Rove have done here is where they've taken a very classy, business-friendly aesthetic, but they kind of modernized it and made some great features, but also enhanced the comfort. Case in point right here, let's talk about these leather handles. Sometimes leather handles are just like leather, and they're not really built for comfort as much as they are just to be like very leathery. But my boys at O&R have designed these handles in a way where there's some padding in there, right? This gives it a little bit more of a comfortable carrying experience. I'm not gonna lie, it's not like a cushion. There's not like a lot of rebound to it. But as opposed to like leather straps, like cutting through the palm of your hands, this would be a much more comfortable carry. And then on these hand handles, you also have a buckle. You can use to connect the handles, give it a little bit tidier of an appearance, and the luggage tag, which is included and is leather. But While I do like the added comfort of the hand handles, the shoulder strap mode, it could be a bit better in my opinion. First of all, the shoulder strap connects with the metal hardware. Metal hardware is great because it feels premium, but it does add a bit of extra weight. And the glossy finish of the metal hardware gives it a nice look. I like the nylon webbing that's being used, very smooth, very silky, same material that's used on a seatbelt. But I'm not as thrilled about the landing pad right here. And reason being, while it looks very nice and minimalist, it's just sort of leather with not a lot of padding in there. And the landing pad itself is kind of small. So when it's placed in the shoulder, you don't have a lot of like room for movement until you go from like leather landing pad, AKA the shoulder pad, to like the buckles, right? So as long as you're precise, you kind of keep it here, you're okay. But you know, out of all the Messengers I've reviewed, it's not the most comfortable shoulder pad for sure. All right, next up, let's talk about the inside of the Oak&Rove Alto Briefcase. And here we have 2 compartments in the front, the main compartment in the middle, and a sort of hidden zipper pocket in the back. Now we're gonna pack it out, but real brief, you can see each pocket. This is just a zippered pocket, no additional organization in there. And one thing I'm gonna note that I'm not crazy about is the interior color that was chosen. So you can see in the next compartment, a lot of black going on. It's like a dark black hole, which is great in some ways because it's less likely to get dirty, or you're less likely to see the dirt that accumulates, but it makes it just darker and harder to find what you put where. You can see though on the clamshell compartment, which I'm a big fan of, you have a zipper pocket on the front flap, and then 4 sleeves, 2 pen pockets, and a zipper pocket. The main compartment, yet again, super dark in there, right? And kind of like limited access, so just like, you know, it's tough to see what's where. But I'll do my best. We have, oh yeah, it's dark. You can kind of see there. We have a larger sleeve here and then 2 smaller sleeves. On the tech side, we have a laptop compartment with a Velcro securing mechanism. And then there's also another sleeve for tablet or documents. I don't know if I can show it. I'm gonna try. You got this thing right here, which is like I think like a water bottle sleeve, I think. And then back pocket, just a basic pocket with a nice material in there. Let's pack it out. So this is a business travel bag. I mean, it can be used for everyday carry by all means. But you know, for this hypothetical packing experience, it's you, it's me, and it's a business class trip. Where do I want to go? We're going to Prague, baby. My business trip to Prague. I'm gonna bring all of this business stuff. I'm curious though, like for you, as you're watching this review, interested in this bag, are you interested in it for everyday carry, like going to and from the office? Or is it exclusively for travel? A little bit of both? Let me know in the comments below. All right, in this front zipper compartment, I'm just gonna put things that I want quicker access to that are smaller. So for me, good spot for AirPods. And I'm also gonna put some meds in there. Just want quick access to. A little flight, headache, happens to the best of us. But now, let's talk about probably the most unique selling point of this briefcase is this open clamshell front admin compartment, which reminds me a lot of the Nomatic briefcase. But aside from these two, I haven't really seen it done quite like this. And the functionality of such a compartment cannot be overstated enough. Because like on more traditional briefs like the Nutsack Satchel 13, you know, like it's tough to get inside and like access is always limited. But this is just like, ah. So we're gonna load it out for some flight stuff. A couple pens in the pen slots, portable battery, charging wire in the zippered pocket, keep you out of sight, out of mind. Got my magic mouse, perfect fit. Some tissues. And then on the opposite side, this zippered pocket, I can fit a Kindle, wanna get my read on. This is a B7 passport size notebook. Perfect. Now let's talk about this top left pocket, because it's got this really cool contraption, which is a key leash. And the key leash is something that I've never quite seen before, as to where it's completely removable. And when you want to pop it back into place, you can see right there, that little circle. That is a magnet, baby. A very strong magnet, which means that the keys will stay in place. When you do need them, you just pop it out, unlock your door, let the magnet do the rest of the work. It's made of metal hardware, looks super premium, pop your keys in. And I like that you can just kind of keep your keys nice and in there. And this is just a lovely thing that's happening. This is lovely. I love this. And it should be noted there is a little bit extra capacity in there. So if you get a little tight on space, you should be able to fit a book. Oh yeah, zip it on up. And this compartment can single-handedly hold like just as much stuff as some smaller briefcases can. We haven't even gotten to the main compartment yet. Speaking of which, access to the main compartment with these zips right here, which by the way, these zippers, yeah, not YKK. I can't see a brand name on these, which for me at the price point is a little bit of a but hopefully if these zippers were to fail on you, our boys at Oak&Rove will hopefully have your back. Now for the main compartment, we're gonna put our bulkier stuff. So I'm gonna throw a hoodie at the bottom, air travel kit. Then remember I said there's that elastic thing in there? I'm having a really hard time showing you. You can see it, there you go, right there. This is elastic thing in there. And for me, it's a good spot to secure a water bottle. I got a 22-ounce Earthwell. It's a skinnier water bottle. This is a little cumbersome, but you can get it in there. The Alto is advertised to fit up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro. This is a 3D printout of a 16-inch MacBook Pro. I don't know, is it gonna fit? Yeah, I think so. Okay, cool. A little tight, but it gets the job done. Let's take our 11-inch iPad as well. This is actually fake, but you know, you get what we're doing. Slide that in, use the Velcro to secure. Now you're talking. Now on the other side, these sleeves here, I'm gonna go ahead and put a portable laptop, charger, hard drive. We're really packing this thing out. Then on the back sleeve, I'm gonna see if I can fit my Bluetooth Logitech keyboard. I mean, you know, the thing is you gotta keep in mind, this is only about 12-ish liters of space, so it's not gonna fit as much as a large travel backpack. I think we've pushed it to its limits. Let's see if we can close it on up. Maybe got a little ambitious. Nope, there you go. Oh yeah. And now we are ready to fly. To Prague we go. But wait, forgot to put something in this back pocket, which I don't have a passport with me right now, but it could be a great spot to throw your passport, boarding pass, nice, quick, easy access. Let's do a comfort test. Handles, pretty nice. They feel good for leather handles, bit of padding. They're hard, they're not like a soft padding. But honestly, this thing's really packed out. I got a lot of tech gear in there right now. It's heavy. So I'm probably gonna be carrying it in shoulder strap mode, which feels all right. I could have used more padding here, I'm not gonna lie. It's not painful though, it's just not as cushiony as my preference. Easy to adjust. Let's go to Prague. I'm craving some gnocchi right now. Overall, I'm not gonna lie, pretty impressive bag. And if you're watching this thinking to yourself, I agree. In fact, I didn't know I could be so impressed by a bag. In fact, bags are freaking cool. Well, if that's the case, hombre, I'd like to let you know you might have a little something we in the industry like to refer to as bag fever. But don't worry, you're not alone. It's you, it's me, and there's thousands of us around the world that we refer to as the carry community. And here at Nomads Nation, our goal is to connect the carry community. And we do that not just through our YouTube reviews, but also through the Nomads Nation newsletter, where I'm like your reporter in the field, giving you all the breaking news for all the best bag releases across the world. I'm talking the biggest brands, the smallest brands, limited edition drops, business travel, EDC, and everything in between. So if you want to stay on top of what's happening in the world of carry, be sure to look for this globe emoji in the description below. I hope to see you in your inbox. Alrighty then, let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Oak&Rove Alto Briefcase. Pro number one is gonna be its impressive organization and access. Pro number two, the ability to self-stand. And pro number three is just how travel-friendly it is. But I got cons for every bag. The Hall & Oates Alto Briefcase included. And here are my cons. Con number one is I could have used a little bit more padding for the shoulder strap. Con number two is I could have used a lighter lining in the interior to give it a bit more of a highlight effect. And con number three is it's just a pretty bulky brief by design, but sometimes when you're carrying it, you're gonna be like, damn, this thing, she's got a big booty on her. But if you're still here watching this, you might be like, yeah, that briefcase does got a big old booty, and I like it. And you're gonna make a purchase. Just a reminder, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Thank you very much. But you also might wanna know about those alternative recommendations I teased at the beginning of the video. Here they are. Alternative recommendation number one is gonna be the Nomatic Messenger Bag, which I don't have with me right now, but we reviewed it in the past. This is for you if you are looking for that modern work bag, but you want something a little less bulky, but still just as feature heavy and travel friendly. We did a full review on the Nomatic Messenger, which if you're interested in watching, you can do so by navigating on down to the description below. And you'll find a link and you can watch it. Alternative suggestion number two is gonna be this guy right here, which is the Filson Twill Original Briefcase. It's a great option for you if you don't really care about the functionality so much. You just want something that's beautiful, premium materials, made in the USA, and just gives a luxury type vibe. And it's also coming in at a luxury price, so keep that in mind. We did a full review on the Filson briefcase, which you can find linked in the description below. And my final alternative recommendation is this guy right here, which is the Black Ember Forge SB. SB stands for shoulder bag. This is a great option for you if you're looking for something that is a briefcase, but is really modern, right? Maybe you thought that the Oak&Rove Hall & Oates brief was like your thing, but you're like, you know, actually, oh, that thing looks clean and modern and sexy. Black Ember comes from San Fran. They make some of the sleekest, modernest, and sexiest gear that I've ever reviewed. Love this shoulder bag. And to learn more about it, just watch this video right here. If you got any questions about any bags, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.